Hello everybody, welcome to another junk journal with me video. In this video I'm simply just going through my journal, filling up some pages, not doing any particular themes or styles or documenting anything in particular, just going through. I always have a pile of stuff on or near my desk of things I've gathered over the previous week or 2 weeks or whatever, of things that I've wanted to put in my journal. And so that's what that little pile of stuff is on the right, things that I wanted to put in my journal. This first page is a super simple one. That little phone thing there came in a phone case, just like a part of the packaging, and I quite liked it, so I thought I'd include it. The background is just one massive piece of super wide washi. It's because I was about to say Monet and it turned into washi, so Monet themed washi is now called washi. And all I'm doing is adding a few strips of washi and some stickers and things. It's a super simple page. I don't know, I'd sat down to journal and I suddenly didn't feel all that creative, but I really wanted to journal. So kind of starting off with a simple page that doesn't really mean anything, you don't add a whole lot to, I feel like that helps get you in the flow of it. Here I am printing off a meme on my Memo thermal printer, which is a picture of a boat that is sinking, and you can just see like the front bit of the boat, and the boat's name is No Worries, and the caption is something like actual picture of me coping with life lately. And I thought that would work, like putting the meme on the phone, if you know what I mean, because that's where you tend to see the memes. And again, just adding more stickers and washi. That's pretty much it for this page. As I said, it was like a little starter, little appetizer to get me into my journaling flow, as it were. Next up, some of the stuff in the pile of things that I wanted to journal are, I've been a little bit spendy on Etsy recently. Again, spending my feelings. I always do it. I can't eat my feelings at the moment for a reason that I will tell you with towards the end of this video, so I'm spending them instead. But you know what it's like with Etsy, you get super cute packaging and stuff, and I always like to keep it and do things with it. So that little pink bag, same kind of bags I use in my own shop to be honest, but there was a sticker that kept the bag closed that says "You've got great taste," and I just loved that. I thought that was brilliant. I'm jealous that I don't have that, didn't think of it for my own shop, but I love it. And I was just like, yeah, you know what? I do have great taste. Thank you, shop, which was what shop was it? Oh, it's Gretel Creates on Etsy, and I believe they have their own website as well. But yeah, so I'm going to use the bag for a little journaling spot. The journaling spot, well, card I pulled out is a 4x6 one, which as you saw, I cut down to fit in the bag. I've done very basic collage in the background and on top of the bag, and I'm going to do the same kind of thing on the front of the journaling card. Scraps, bits and pieces, but also some stickers from a Mambi sticker book, which like they're geared towards creative planners, and I don't really do creative planning anymore, but I have all these stickers left over, so I try and use them as much as possible in my journaling because I'm a hoarder, so I don't want to get rid of them, but I also still need to use them, so that's what I'm doing with those. Then also pulling out some Tim Holtz ephemera, the botanical pack, I think. I don't know, a while back I reorganized all my Tim Holtz stuff and I put a lot of things together, so like the botanical and etymological ones got put in the same box and things like that. But anyway, Tim Holtz ephemera I'm using. Then I'm going to journal on the back of that card about all my spending habits and more personal reasons as to the reason why I've been spending my feelings lately as well. It's fine, I'm fine, don't worry about me, it's just, you know, life. Anyway, so putting that in there, I think that's going to be it. Oh no, I did a little bit of rearranging of the collage. I wanted to add some more of the Tim Holtz ephemera, but like that little black leaves sticker didn't look right where it was, so I removed that, I re-put it down on the little baggie, and then I'm also going to add another couple of stickers from that Mambi sticker book. I'm trying to remember what sticker book it is. I think it's the botanical one. Yeah, I'm fairly sure it's the botanical one, but yeah, 2 little stickers layered on like that, and that's it for this page. Next up, another really super simple one. For those of you who've been around on my channel for a while, you know I like to add poetry in my journal, especially when I can't think of things that I want to journal about, and I had put into this journal, I'd bound into this journal some very fountain pen friendly paper, and I wanted to use a fountain pen on that paper rather than just use it as something normal. So what I'm going to do is add, again, really simple collage to various parts of the page. Here I'm using some washi from Maggie Holmes and some of the Tim Holtz fabric tape, and then also other little bits and scraps, a little vintagey stamp from my little vintagey stamp suitcase, which is the cutest thing in the world. You'll see it in a second. The scraps of the journal card that I had used on the previous page. I'm using glossy accents there to stick anything that's going on top of the fabric tape, just so I know it's really going to stick down. And then when I've got my collage all done, I'm just going to add a verse of The Lady of the Lake, I think is the one I'm going through at the moment, carefully choosing which pen I want to use there. And then, yeah, I'm just going to write out that verse from The Lady of the Lake. And some of the verses are really quite long because it's a very long poem, so I was at the point where I needed a lot of space to write one of the verses. And I know it might seem a bit simplistic and maybe a bit pointless, like what's the point of doing it? But I enjoy doing it. It's like, it's creative. I like to have handwriting in my journal, but I can't always think of important or relevant things to journal about, so add in the poetry. But then when I'd written that all out, there was a little bit of white space at the bottom there, so I'm going to add a very pretty florally cluster that's a rub-on there, and a few little other ones as well, just to fill in any awkward gaps. And that's it for that page. This next one that I work on is going to be a little bit of a longer one, so not super simple, this one. I felt like doing some collage, so I chose a very plain page that is some tea-dyed paper, and went through my little stash of napkins and chose one to decoupage onto the page. I chose this, oh, siren going past. Shush, please. And now there's a guy revving his motorbike outside. Fabulous. I really shouldn't record voiceovers on a Friday night, because yes, that's what I do with my Friday night. I'm so cool. I totally have a life. Anyway, what are we doing? Napkin. Yes, decoupaging. So I cut the area that I wanted to use. I've pulled off the back layer of the napkin. You have to always make sure that you've got all the back layers off. Most modern napkins will have 3 layers, so the layer with the pattern on, then 2 backing layers. This one only had 2 for some reason, but I was being like super sure that I still had 1. And then I use water to paint around where I want to cut the pattern, so to speak. But when you cut it with scissors, you get like jaggy and straight edges, and they don't look nearly as nice. So I use, as I said, the water brush to paint around, and then it just rips and tears perfectly and easy, and it looks lovely. So I use Distress Matte Collage Medium to collage that on, and then I'm going to include that little pocket that's already sewn into my junk journal into this page as well. I've said before, I don't like the white backgrounds on the pockets, so I cut some parchment style paper and just filled in the background of the pocket there. And then here, adding random pieces of collage fodder, or whatever you want to call it, to areas of that page and onto the pocket area as well. Add that cute little vellum flower, because I just think that's lovely, and a clear flower sticker, and another one there. Just, you know, add all the pretty things, collage all the pretty things. Right, now, that is the stage I should have left it at. But we all know I'm not so good with the white space, so I decided to do a load of stamping. The colours I'm using, in case you're interested, are Archival in Coffee and Archival Ink in Shadow Grey. And yeah, looking at it, I should have just left well alone. I'm not loving it. Should have left the plain background, but, you know, hindsight is whatever. There we go. So I had to do something to kind of hide a bit of that stamping because, as I said, I wasn't a fan. I pulled out a quote sticker, it's another one from one of those Manby sticker books. I stuck it on that lined craft paper, which I believe was from one of the Lollipop Box Club subscription boxes. Added the little bits of washi there, and I still hated it, but I decided to do something else for a few minutes, so my brain had a little break from that page, because if you keep working at it in the same session, you tend to make it worse. And taking a little break from it, even if it's not fully stepping away from your desk, even if it's doing something else in a different place for a while, just, I don't know, for me it helps. Anyway, so I pulled the journal card out. It's one of the Tim Holtz ones. I'm going to add some simple collage to it. The lovely pattern paper I added is one of the Tim Holtz worn wallpaper pieces. I'm going to add the journaling on the back there, and then do a little bit more collage on the front as well. I think I added the sticker, and then I'm going to add some of these, again, Tim Holtz, because you know Tim Holtz is everything. He is king of the vintage crafting world. Some of his clippings, stickers on both the journaling card and on my problematic page on the left there. And deciding what to do with that page, in the end I got some more of that parchment paper, and I've just ripped 2 corner pieces, and I'm just going to stick those down as they are in those corners. And it probably sounds weird, and why on earth would that work? But for some reason it really helped the messiness of the page, just toned it down a little bit, brought back some of that white space I probably should have kept in the first place. Maybe, I don't know, but there we go. I think I fixed it. I'm not in love with it, it's not my favourite page, but I at least didn't hate it anymore. So that's always a good thing. Finally, for these pages, I wanted to add a little something to the little front section of that pocket because it didn't have anything on it, and we all know I can't leave well enough alone. But all I'm doing is adding a little cluster of washi and one of my beloved Edwardian Elegant stickers from my Etsy shop because I adore them. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I freaking love those stickers. Anyways, so last page I am going to do, first off I'll tell you what I'm doing. So that black envelope came in another Etsy order from, can't remember, and I quite like the envelope, so I thought I would use it to document a certain something where I had some pieces of paper that I needed to be able to put into my journal somehow. I did have to chop the bottom off the envelope because it was a little bit too wide for my journal, and then put some double-sided tape right at the bottom to reseal the bottom. I'm going to add some lovely, pretty, simple collage to the front of the envelope, just with some white paper, a white doily, and some bits from that Carpe Diem sticker book, which is called Hello Beautiful? Something like that. But it almost looks wedding-y, to be honest. That wasn't my intention, but it does kind of look that way. When I stuck down this white piece here, oh, hang on. Oh my goodness. Police sirens, motorbikes, and now autistic meltdowns in the background of my voiceover today. Anyway, where were we? Yes, collaging on the envelope. That's what I'm doing. Right, yeah, as I said, I wanted to use the envelope because I had 2 things I wanted to put in said envelope. One is an ambulance report, and one is a very, very accurate drawing I did of a scan that I had recently. Basically, your girl's got gallstones. So a couple of weeks ago, I had a gallbladder attack, except I didn't know it was that at the time. I just knew that it was the most painful thing I had ever experienced in my entire life. Oh my goodness, the pain was unreal. I couldn't speak. I could barely breathe. I was sweating so much you could have just put pot plants under me and watered them for a week. Sorry if that's gross, but that was what was happening. Seriously, it just, if you've had one before, then you know how painful it is. Everyone I know who's had them has said, yep, it's the most painful thing you'll ever experience. It's awful. So yeah, but because we didn't know what was actually happening, we called an ambulance. And by we, I don't mean me, because as aforementioned, I couldn't speak. But when the paramedics got here, they knew exactly what it was. And so, long story short, couple of weeks, couple of doctor's appointments, ultrasound scan, blah, blah, blah. I've got gallstones, I'm being referred to the surgical team. So at some point, who knows when, they're probably going to take said pesky gallbladder out. And that's why I said earlier why I can't eat my feelings at the moment, because I can't eat anything that's delicious. I can live on oats. And that's about it, so that's fun. So as you saw, I did my writing with my feather quill dip pen and some white ink just straight on the envelope. I was at first going to do it on a card or something and then put it in there, but I thought actually it might be fun to have the journaling on the envelope itself. And also on the inside of the envelope when you open it, and I really, really like the look of that. So with that rather dramatic ending, here endeth my video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a thumbs up if you did. Chat to me in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions, just anything to say in general. Fellow gallstone buddies, shout out in the comments. We can sympathise with each other. And yeah, that's going to be about it. Links in the description box as usual. And I'm going to go. Thank you so much again. Bye bye.